Hey everyone, how's it going? It's I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. So, Omi today, not as good as we were the other day when we were up like 24, 25%. We are down back to normal about 1.66%, but however, we are staying above that 0.0014 range. We are at 0.00143. We have reached down to 0.00135-ish over the course of the last few days. We have decided to bounce up from there. We did have a lot of volume. We had, I think, up on the 25% day, we had almost $2 million in volume, which if you take a look at most of the other top 10, 50 coins, it is nothing. But compared to what we usually do, where it's like 400,000-ish, it was a lot. You know, we had like a 4, almost 5x with that. And then when you have today, it's still over that $500,000 mark. It's about 800, almost 900,000. So that is pretty good. And compared when we go and compare it to Ethereum and Bitcoin, actually not so bad. Price of Ethereum are down 1.48% today, so that is still above 1,500, and the price of Bitcoin, even though it's down over a percent today, still above that 20,000 mark, so pretty decent for the markets as far as it being down, still being over a certain percentage. We didn't outperform the markets, but it was close. Markets were down today, 0.75% for the S&P 500, the Dow was down 0.4%, and the Nasdaq was down a little bit over 1%. So we are seeing markets kind of just withdrawing, pulling back all across. I think I know why, though. You do have it in the, I think it was CNBC. Let me check this real quick. No, I'm sorry. It was Goldman Sachs Group that economists said they now expect the U.S. Federal Reserve to raise interest rates to 5%, which is higher than previously predicted. Previously, it was supposed to be just it was supposed to be 4.75%, so not too much more, but markets do seem to be reacting a little bit negatively towards that. Anyway, moving on. A lot of liquidity being pumped back into the markets. I think because it was announced that OUP will be released this week. We did get reconfirmation from that from a couple places. I'm really hoping it's going to be Friday. Thursday, I'm very, very busy. Wednesday, we do have that Twitter space with Lori Brenner, Queen Veve. She is going to have Alfred Arkan on there. I think David and Dan might show up. Reese might show up. I'm not 100% sure, but this is only the second time I think that Alkan is going to be in a Twitter space, and it's not exactly ran by David or Dan. It is going to be ran by Queen Veve, again, at Lori Brenner, over on the Twitter. So that'll be Wednesday. I'll look at the time real quick. That will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She will be asking a bunch of questions. I might ask 1 or 2 questions, and then we'll go from there. I really do hope that anything that is done licensing-wise is confirmed and they can't back out, because I do feel like every now and then Alkan might slip us a little something that he might not be supposed to. So anyway, check in for that. There's possible leaks, or possibly be just something to make us extremely bullish. Again, I'm not 100% sure when OUP is going to be released. Again, it's just the article, so we are not going to get the implementation right away, although they did say crypto pay-in will be next month, which is tomorrow. So happy Halloween, guys. Comment down your favorite spooky story down below. Anyway, more liquidity has been being pumped into the Veve market, I think because people recognize, oh, crypto pay-in is coming soon, and then you're going to have crypto payout like the month after that. And with OUP and MCP, a lot more liquidity is going to be pumped into the markets. I think some people might be kind of buying the rumor, selling the news. This was what always happens. Hey, we're going to be on Immutable X in September. It gets delayed several months until 2022, till this year, and people are like, it's never going to come. It's never going to come. It finally comes. It's the same thing with payout. It's the same thing with everything. You've had people say, when OUP, as if typing when makes the team move faster. It doesn't. And finally, we're getting it. So again, the implementation of it should start hopefully by the end of this year. If it does, great. If not, no big deal. 2023 is going to be absolutely monstrous. I do expect OMI to move. I wish I had more money to put into OMI. The reason I'm not getting a Batcowl right now is just because if I had any extra money, it would go to OMI. And not that I'm not bullish. Clearly, when you have Batcowls with the floor is like 950, where it was like 500 a couple weeks ago, they're continuously going to get more and more utility, I believe, whether it's going to be whitelisting for some comics or it's going to be, continuous more airdrops. I would view Batcowls like a Johnson & Johnson or, the VOO or the SPY where they just get dividends. Yeah, it might not increase as fast as OMI or as fast as some other things, but you do get a bunch of airdrops that you can go and resell on the market if you choose to. So that's really, really interesting. I am very, very bullish on that. I will get probably a couple at some point. I'll get one that's kind of okay, and I'll get one that's super rare with some super awesome traits. I'll keep you all posted on that. Anyway, with liquidity pumping into the markets, I do have some whale news. I do have a buddy of mine that says happiness is having 220 secret rare Thor posters, going to bed with the floor at 275 and waking up to a floor at 1350. My man. That was almost a $250,000 night, or $250,000 increase for my friend just on the Thor posters. Just that. Anyway, I asked him if he sold any. He did sell one for $12.50, like great sale. If I had viewed that, I only have one, but I would have sold mine for about the same price. I got there, the floor is $800. I tried selling for $750. The floor is like $600, $500. I might even be $400 right now. But be advised that there are only 534, I believe, of those that were actually redeemed. We don't still have a direct answer yet whether the rest of those that were unredeemed are either going to get burned or go back to Marvel. But between my friend and I'm going to say a couple of his buddies, they probably have. Well, actually, he has by himself almost half. He's got like 40%. But yeah, I'd say almost half of those are pretty much locked up. Anyway, moving on. There's a new Discord in town. Obviously, the Discords that I'm part of, I obviously am the Veve Discord, and then I am one of the main people on the Utility Discord. For Utility, link down below for that. That platform for Utility will get launched on Android and iOS over on mid-December. They have Winx Club, I think, as their first drop. They have many other things coming. Very, very, very excited for that platform. But anyway, new into Discord, we do have Sleepin' Comics. I'm not sure if you need a Sleepin' Hat in order to get in there, but it is private Discord. It is really cool. Ask them about that. Again, people are making big purchases. Somebody just bought, this guy named Greg Fogarty, bought a number 269 common of a Amazing Fantasy for 1,400 gems, $1,400 hairs. And again, bear market, prices down. People are still buying. And speaking of buying and big prices, we have Go Collect going and saying a CGC 3.0 Superman number 1 had just sold for $420,000. I'm going to comment blaze it down below for the 420 reference. And some more people. We have a guy on Veve Collectibles over from the Facebook saying, finally welcome Bronson to the family. Veve has opened my eyes to so many cool artists. Mr. Cartoon, aka Mark Machado, went and checked out his site. Very cool stuff. And he has a Bronson collectible on his site. Gotta love it. Viva la Veve. Speaking of major purchases, we had My Collectibles going and making a giant chart of all the collectibles, the one-of-ones, and what people paid for them. The Scotty Young Spider-Man, $31,200. The David Warhol, $28,000. The Miles Morales one-of-one, $17,300. What one is this? This is, the Spider-Man and Venom one. That one's so dope. That one's so cool. Right next to Gary Baseman. Spider-Man Venom one, that's $16,585. The Gary Baseman one, $12,501. I should mention the David Warhol and the Gary Baseman. I think a lot of the reason those got those prices is because these two happened to go and get a utility from it. You were able to have dinner with David Yu and Ron English for the $28,000 one, the Dr. Profit one, and then you are going to have lunch with David Yu and Gary Baseman on that for the $12,500. So I think that's part of the reason those got those prices. And then another one without any utility at all, $12,500 for, I don't even know what this is. Is that Wolverine in there? Comment down below if you know what that was. And then the rest one, $11,000, $10,000, a little over $9,000. Comment down below if you got that reference. Black Panther one for $8,500. Spider-Gwen for $8,000. Oh, I want that Spidey-Gwen one. That looks so good. I might actually get that at some point. Captain America for $5,500 and a Hulk and some other things for $4,600. So just a lot of one-of-ones. People are really going and going pretty hard on those. So in the Veve and Omi platform, you do have Immutable X, Robbie Ferguson, that they are still hiring. So that we've been hard at work. Thrilled to announce that we are in a position to of full coverage for the upcoming private sale token unlock with new investors Coinbase and Kinetic Capital. Basically, I'll go over this real quick. Over the past month, we've spoken to the top 30 holders of Immutable X that make up 85% of the unlock that they're going to do. A lot of people are really concerned that it is very, very top heavy. A lot of these tokens are not unlocked. They are here to say that many of whom are long-term equity shareholders of Immutable. Over 95% are confirmed hodlers, which is over 80% of the supply. At the top 20 hodlers, 18 are hodlers, including 100% of the top 10, which is 65% of the unlock. For any remaining sellers, we've onboarded new long-term buyers who bought their tokens pre-unlock over the counter. Why such high holding ratios? Basically, Immutable is winning Web3 gaming They've won more deals in the last quarter than Lifetime combined. Jesus, that's a lot. And more than any other Layer 1 and Layer 2. Very, very happy that Veve is a part of their ecosystem. Web3 gaming has grown to be the most significant market in crypto, 14 billion invested. The market is down 90%. When Immutable raised the Series C in March, they had 10 games, 2 marketplaces, and a bold vision to be a one-stop shop for Web3 games and unify NFT liquidity. They've now onboarded more than nearly 100 actual games with a massive self-serve pipeline and 12 plus marketplaces. To recap, out of the supply we've talked to, the unlock is 100% covered. Immutable is relocking its tokens, existing holders are staying on, and we're welcoming some new ones. They can't guarantee anything, but our holders are here for the long run to revolutionize a 110 billion a year gaming industry and then trillions of dollars of unique value. They must get it right for players, fair, decentralized, and low fee. Now let's get back to building. Like I said, if I didn't have any, if OMI didn't exist, I just Ethereum and Immutable X. Like those would be two of the ones that I'd get because I'm very, very bullish on them. So Elon Musk might bring back Vine. He asked that. And then you have Jeremy Powder says bring back Vine, yes or yes. And I commented yes, and it was 69%. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. Reportedly, there is a deal between Elon Musk and Logan Paul where Logan Paul might go and he might head that Vine. If he does bring back Vine, it will be under Twitter. Eventually, all of these companies might just be under X. Really pumped for that. There's no... Not for sure that deal's going to go through, but Logan Paul did like that tweet. He did like that status, leading us to believe that maybe he did. Maybe he does. So I have mentioned Miles Morales a little bit in this. Be advised, I do not have a Miles Morales. Will I get one at some point? Absolutely. But this one does come from Facebook, and this reads, out of the hundreds and hundreds of kids, I'd say around 20 or so were dressed up as Spider-Man. I guess he works in a school. But not the Spider-Man you're probably thinking of. It was Miles Morales. Of course, a few of those dressed up as the traditional Peter Parker Spider-Man, but I'd say about 75% were dressed up as the Miles black and red version. Some even wore the hoodie variant. As someone in their 40s, I grew up as a fan of Peter Parker, and over the past few years, I've noticed a shift towards Miles Morales. One of my son's favorite shows is Spidey and His Amazing Friends, and it features 3 different Spider-Man variants: Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and Gwen, aka Ghost Spider. Why do I mention this? Because as many of you know, Veve recently dropped a Miles Morales collectible with a very limited quantity. And sure, perhaps to those of us that are over the age of 40, Miles may be perceived as a second-rate Spider-Man, but to the younger generation, Miles is undoubtedly their Peter Parker. He isn't just a different version of Spider-Man. He is simply Spider-Man. Period. I've said this before, I'll say it again. That is the next generation Spider-Man. Like, he's their Spider-Man. Sure, they know of the other different variants, but over the last 10 years, just gained so much popularity as a comic book, so much. And also, dude's brown, dude's minority, and people are going to want to get him because they see themselves in him. You know, it's different. So I'm not going to say which one's better than the other. Obviously, Peter Parker is the OG. He's the legend. There was no Miles in Civil War. There was a Miles in Secret Wars, and I cannot wait for that. But yeah, there's Peter Parker literally fought wars, and Miles has fought a lot. But it's just take your pick. You'll probably make money with both of them. Not financial advice. So soon there will be a new person to get your Veve info from. Old Rhubarb says, it's the end of my channel and a new beginning. I'm making a massive transition to creating and facilitating content and info dumps solely for Veve Official. The thanks list is long, but I did my best to get it done in this video. Time to work. So it was his final video. And then we do have Alex Gonzalez going and saying, incredibly excited to welcome Corey/Old Rhubarb to the Veve team. The hard work, research, and dedication from the collector's mindset that went into every Veve in 3 video is a needed energy for Veve content. Shout out to Heather of Veve for your work and lending us his talents. Heather of Vive's been on the podcast before. She's really great. They're both really awesome, amazing people. So I am really happy for him that he is able to get that position. I can't wait to see what he does. News from FTX, one of the largest exchanges, says it's coming. FTX x GameStop. GameStop be doing a bunch of different things with their marketplaces. Wonder what else could be happening in the future with that. Speaking of future and stuff, we do have Pride, and so the Pride drop, here you go. there it is. That's what they look like. They look great. One of them was like a Hillary Clinton thing. I'll read that in a second. If I can find it. Oh, no, I just don't have it. But it was a part of the Hillary Clinton Foundation, I think. It was one of those. Oh, yeah, here it is. The work is part of 3 digital editions that honor women throughout the ages while shedding light on an organization which helps women today, Vital Voices. Founded by Hillary Clinton, Vital Voices empowers women all over the world and places women in positions of power. Icons such as Nobel Prize winner Malala Yousafzai and poet Amanda Gorman are the More Vital Voices network. They are airdropping 2 of these editions to Pride 1 and Pride 2 holders alongside Veve, who have celebrated LGBTQ rights. The final Remember Us Vital Voices, it will be released for sale in the future with 100% of the funds going towards Vital Voices. So congrats to them for that. Be advised, guys, for anyone that when they say like there's going to be a snapshot, like there's going to be a snapshot, I think November 7th of Chucky. If you have both of his collectibles, you'll get a airdrop of a poster. When they say the snapshot is going to be November 7th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I don't know if that's a time, but it'll be that day. Do not sell your collectibles right away. If they say the snapshot is at this time at 12 o'clock and you sell your NFTs at 12:01 or 12:02, do not expect to get that snapshot. Y'all need some tough love. Y'all just hodl, please. Because that's for whatever reason, that's not the way the snapshot works. You could have sold it 3 hours later and you still wouldn't have qualified for it for whatever reason. I don't know why. Hodl that on at least a day. I would hodl that until you at least get that airdrop. Once you get that airdrop, then obviously you got it. You're safe to go and sell that if you wish. That is just my... like, I see people like all the time, every single airdrop, without exception. Oh, I didn't get it. Well, did you sell it? That's probably why. Anyway, moving on, y'all. There was some speculation before where Marvel had announced that they're thrilled to announce a multi-title collaboration between Marvel and EA Sports, EA Games, to develop action-adventure games for consoles and PC. Each game will also be its own original story set in the Marvel Universe. EA Sports. It's in the game. People were suspecting, oh, is this have anything to do with Veve? And I swear I hope not. EA Sports is continuously the worst perpetrator as far as really grinding their people for microtransactions. They have the most downvoted comment in Reddit history talking about microtransactions, just saying that, oh, we want people to have a sense of fulfillment or achievement after they do something. So you could play that, I think it was Star Wars, I forget which one it was, like Knights of the Old Republic 2 or something like that, where you could unlock either Vader or Luke at the end of it. And then you could only unlock one, though, by playing. You had to pay for the other one, like $80 or something. It's like, Jesus, man. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I would not want to be associated with them. But just to reiterate that I don't think it is with Veve. They did have something that's saying it's in Iron Man. Yeah. Marvel has signed IGN reported that Marvel had to sign a 3-game deal with EA, starting with Iron Man. But so I don't think that's Veve at all. I think that's just a thing that they're doing because they can. I think Veve, when they're gamified, when some things are gamified, could we be with Marvel? Absolutely. Do we know what company it is? Absolutely not. This is all still just speculation. Anyway, we did have some Batcowl news. We had a Batcowl that sold for $4,000 on October 31st, 1627 UTC. And that is looks like a Batcowl with I don't know. I don't know what's on the top of that. With some headlights? It looks pretty dope, though. There was a Spaces before, the Batcowl Hero Spaces, and it was hypothesized that maybe Hero HRO might be doing a couple of things that are similar to Batcowls. Comment down below if you have any theories about that. So we do have Hello K going up and talking about on Twitter, saying that he's really excited for different types of liquidity on exchanges, maybe such as Binance, Coinbase, or KuCoin at some point in the future. Kay said that after OUP phase 1 is integrated, they implied Q1 2023, but he's going to say that Q2 for implementation, so listings to begin at a guess by Q3 of 2023. Again, that's his guess. And Brockman Blockchain goes and says, I'm meh on listings. There's much bigger things. The only thing I can see that is bigger than listings is just if we have something to really just help annihilate the token. I'll go live when and for us to really talk about the OUP article. Yeah, super pumped about that. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. Happy Halloween. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Veve. Meow, meow, meow.